Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. And it's been a glorious day today so far. Brilliant sunshine and a real sense of new expectations. Praise the Lord. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 9. One who is generous will be blessed because he gives some of his food to the poor. One who is generous. We think about generosity in terms of money, people giving money to other people. But when Solomon's writing this, there was no such thing really as money in the same way that we understand it today. And so they would use produce. And so the generosity of giving produce, so people would grow different things and they would share, as it were, and barter with the produce that they owned. And here Solomon says, those who share or are generous with what they have, whatever that might be, will be blessed because they give to the poor. And all through the Old Testament, God makes provision for the poor. Right back up there in Leviticus, when God passed the laws, gave laws to Israel to enable them to be a God community. He made provision for the growing of the crops that they were only able to harvest up to a boundary, and the rest was left for the poor. God always takes care of the poor in some way or another. It's true to say that many die through hunger and starvation and thirst and issues like that. But God is committed to the poor. And when things go wrong, it's not because God has not made provision in the earth. It's because people like storing up mountains. I remember in the 80s and the 70s, grain mountains and butter mountains and milk, too much mountain hoarding, not appropriate, while the rest of the world was dying with hunger and starvation. It's mismanagement that creates problems for the poor, and it's the greed in humanity that create problems for the poor. People who have not wanting to share with others who don't have. But we need to be committed, if we're going to follow God, to be committed to giving to the poor, whether it's our time, our money, our energy, our goods, whatever we've got. We need to be with those who are keen to give to the poor. We need to be wise because we've created a generation of people who are basically stuck in the system. They don't want to work. They don't want to get up and get out there. So I don't say that we need to be unwise in our management of how we help people. But at the same time, we need to be committed to the principle of giving to the poor, which is why one of the reasons why we give tithe and offering, because it provides the church with a way of bringing blessing to the world. You know, the church has need and we should give in that context, but the church needs to be giving to whoever and whatever. And that's important as well. Brothers and sisters, be a generous person. And I've found in my life that those who are generous are happiest. Those who hoard and who just look after themselves, they're miserable ones. But those who seek after the blessing of others, they're the ones that have the happiest life. So if you want to be happy, be generous, because God will make you into a cheerful giver. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.